Why does your brain forget important names, deadlines, and details, but never forget that one embarrassing moment from years ago? Why does it suddenly replay when you are trying to sleep, taking a shower, or sitting quietly doing nothing? Why does your body still react with discomfort even though the moment is long over? And if everyone else has already forgotten what happened, why is your brain still holding on to it? Most people think embarrassing memories stay because they are negative. But psychology shows something more specific. The brain does not remember embarrassment because it wants to punish you. It remembers it because embarrassment is emotional, social, and tied to survival. Long before modern life, humans depended on social acceptance to stay safe. Being rejected by a group once meant danger. So the brain evolved to treat social mistakes as important information. When something embarrassing happens, the brain activates multiple systems at once. Emotion, memory, and social awareness all light up together. This combination makes the memory stronger. The brain is not recording the moment for entertainment. It is storing it as a lesson. The lesson is simple: avoid this situation in the future. Do not repeat this mistake. Stay socially safe. This is why embarrassing memories feel vivid. They are attached to emotion. Emotion tells the brain that something matters. Neutral moments fade because they carry no emotional weight. Embarrassing moments stay because the brain tags them as meaningful. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the memory. Another reason these memories feel so intense is because embarrassment is self-focused. In that moment, your attention turns inward. You become hyper-aware of yourself, your behavior, your words, your appearance. Self-focused attention strengthens memory encoding. The brain remembers moments where identity feels threatened more clearly than moments where nothing is at stake. Over time, the brain does not replay the memory to hurt you. It replays it to keep the lesson active. But the brain is not perfect. It does not update memories based on current reality. It does not realize that the social risk is gone. It simply replays what once felt important. This is why embarrassing moments can feel larger than they actually were. In reality, most people forget them quickly. In your mind, they remain sharp because your brain never stopped treating them as relevant. The reason embarrassing memories return at quiet moments has less to do with the memory itself, and more to do with how the brain works when it is idle. When you are busy, focused, or distracted, your attention system is occupied. But when the mind is at rest, the brain naturally turns inward. This is when stored memories surface. Psychology calls this the default mode network. It activates when you are not focused on the outside world. This network reviews past experiences, especially unresolved or emotionally charged ones. Embarrassing moments fit perfectly into this category. They are emotionally tagged and socially relevant, so they resurface easily. Another reason these memories repeat is because they feel unfinished. The brain prefers closure. When an embarrassing moment happens, there is rarely a clear resolution. You do not get feedback that everything is fine. The brain keeps replaying the memory as if repetition might lead to control or correction, but replaying does not fix the memory. It strengthens it. Each time the moment is replayed, the emotional reaction becomes more familiar. The brain links the memory with discomfort again and again. Over time, the reaction becomes automatic. The moment appears and the body responds immediately. This is why people often say they feel embarrassed all over again. The brain is not replaying the event like a video. It is recreating the emotional state. The memory becomes less about what happened and more about how it felt. Importantly, the brain exaggerates how much others noticed or cared. This is known as the spotlight effect. People tend to believe they are being observed more closely than they actually are. In reality, others are focused on themselves. But the brain does not correct for this bias. It assumes attention was high, so the memory remains important. This explains why embarrassing moments feel personal and intense even years later. The brain is operating on outdated assumptions. It is protecting a version of you that existed in a moment of perceived risk. A useful question to ask is this: if embarrassment helps us learn, why does the brain keep replaying moments that no longer matter? The answer lies in how memory and emotion interact. The brain does not measure relevance by logic. It measures relevance by feeling. Embarrassment combines fear of judgment with self-awareness. This makes it one of the strongest emotional signals the brain receives. Even when the situation is no longer relevant, the emotional tag remains. The brain reacts to the tag, not the context. This is why telling yourself to forget does not work. Memory is not controlled by instruction. It is shaped by attention and emotion. The more you resist a memory, the more attention it receives. The brain interprets resistance as importance. Interestingly, people who are highly self-aware or sensitive to social cues tend to experience this more strongly. Their brains are tuned to notice subtle feedback. This makes them good at understanding others, but it also makes embarrassing memories more persistent. However, the brain also learns through repetition in another way. When you understand why the memory exists, its emotional intensity can weaken. Awareness changes the relationship with the memory. Instead of seeing it as proof of failure, it becomes evidence of a learning system doing its job. So the question is not how to erase embarrassing memories, but how to remove their emotional power. When the brain no longer believes the memory is a threat, it stops replaying it as often. This does not happen instantly. It happens slowly through understanding and distance. The memory stays, but the reaction fades. Embarrassing memories are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign of a brain that is socially aware and emotionally responsive. The problem is not that the brain remembers. The problem is that it does not always know when to let go. When you notice an embarrassing memory appear, it helps to remember this. Your brain is not judging you. It is protecting you based on old information. The memory feels urgent because it once was, not because it still is. Over time, as new experiences replace old assumptions, the brain updates its priorities. Memories that no longer carry emotional weight begin to fade naturally. Not because you forced them away, but because they are no longer needed. Understanding this changes how embarrassing memories feel. They stop being personal attacks and start becoming signals of learning, growth, and social adaptation. So the next time your brain brings up an old embarrassing moment, it does not mean you are stuck in the past. It means your brain once tried to keep you safe. And now it may simply need reassurance that you no longer need that protection. If this explanation felt familiar, you are not alone. Almost everyone experiences this, even if they never talk about it. You are welcome to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. And if you want to explore more calm, psychology-based explanations of human behavior, you can subscribe to the channel for future videos.